Good afternoon. It's Lindsay. It's February 20th, 2026. And I'm just going to do a video right now about more of this blatant gang stalking, harassment, ongoing smear campaign, and all that stuff to try to get me to react to somebody who won't leave me alone because they're obsessed with basically controlling my life and trying to get everybody to think that I'm somebody who I'm not, so that they can try to continue to illegally exploit me or profit off me, is what it feels like. As I've talked about before, this man who's been doing this is somebody who clearly was contracted or paid. Because yesterday I noticed that whenever he left my house and I was ignoring him, I just ignored him when he came over here around 1 o'clock, and I was cooking in the kitchen, and after I just, like I said, I was ignoring him, and finally he left. And then I went out on the porch to throw something away. And as soon as I did that, I noticed that these people across the street, there's some neighbors who live directly across the street, a few houses to the left from the house directly across the street. They live like about 3 houses from that house to my left across the street. Well, and apparently their last name is Luna, the Luna family, right? That's what this neighbor across the street told me, is that they're the Luna family. The Luna family. In other words, Melinda Luna, the attorney ad litem, and then that Luna is meant to, that name that is obviously meant to provoke me or to try to trigger me. And I believe that these people are probably being paid to monitor me, because I noticed that they're very strange. Every time I've been out there and I do see them, they just give me this look, like they just look at me with a very strange look. This Luna family, I don't know them, and I know that that's a common name, I guess, but it just seems like there's no coincidences in my life, especially when it comes to everything regarding this probate case starting in 2023 with Alan, my uncle, father, whoever he was, however I'm related to him. I don't know exactly. I suspect he could be my father, like I've said before, but I don't know for 100% sure because I don't have a DNA way to prove it via DNA. But nonetheless, this family, this Luna family, I feel like they are being paid to monitor me. Just like I've noticed that so many neighbors in this area come and go, okay? The guy across the street who had been actively surveilling me for the whole time I've been here, this Adam guy, no offense, I don't know him personally, but I know that he was monitoring me, as well as other people who would come and go out of his house. That was obvious. And then all of a sudden, he has this bizarre accident cleaning out a gun, supposedly, and then it blows up in his house, and he has to get out of the house. And so that whole thing's been ongoing with all this, like, cleaning and whatever. It's lasted, like, now it's been like a month, I guess, or something. And it's just weird because all these things that go on around this street, this house that I live in, this neighborhood, are not just random coincidental activities. The houses burning down, people coming and going, the people next door who are monitoring me, even though I'm on a friendly basis with them, I still know that they're surveilling me. I'm willing to bet 100% right now that they're monitoring me and getting paid to do that, or something, working for the police. Or they might be undercover police for all I know. But I do know that they're also watching me, keeping tabs on me. But one of them does helpful things. He does some yard work for me, and he's done some maintenance type jobs or odd job, handyman jobs. So I'm on a friendly basis with them. I think they seem like, whatever, their business is their business. I don't know what they do exactly, but as far as, and nonetheless, I'm just saying, I'm not here to make enemies with people who live in this neighborhood around me. I don't have the energy or time to do that. But I don't like the fact that these neighborhood watch programs expose or completely I guess the word I might be trying to look for is they completely exaggerate things. Like if a person moves in to the community or to the street who's a little bit different, who doesn't have a family, who doesn't have kids, who doesn't have a corporate full-time job or whatever, they fucking isolate you and scapegoat you and then spread rumors about you at all these community meetings that they have, usually church-related type groups or organizations, or maybe Jehovah's Witness or Jesuits or Freemasons or whatever. I don't know, veterans affairs, but it's all community watch-oriented police programming. And they've been targeting me for a very long time here, especially in this neighborhood, which I find, I honestly, I don't care because I'm not hiding anything. But I'm just saying it feels invasive. It is invasive whenever you're doing that. I don't have any, like, who gives a fuck what other people do? I couldn't care less what people do in their own fucking house, in their own yard. Why would I care? I've got too many of my own problems to worry about what other people are doing. You know, who gives a shit if they want to fucking smoke some fucking dope, have some alcohol, have a party? Let them fucking do it. The government is my problem. It's not people so much as a fucking government. These feds and these radical organizations that try to infiltrate everybody and violate people's constitutional rights, privacy rights. And that's what my problem is that they don't have any right, and I'm talking about these ultra-conservative, I don't know who they are exactly behind these community watch programs, but my God, they are very biased, and they're very discriminatory, and they're extremely corrupt. And I believe they're bribed. I believe that God only knows what they've been told about me, that I'm whatever they think is erroneous. Because I know myself, and I don't need whatever the fuck they want to say. I don't fucking care, and I have the right to cuss because I know that every fucking thing I do is like broadcast on some kind of a surveillance thing. It's obvious because yesterday when this man left, this Valdez Lewis, when he was having a fit because I wouldn't let him inside and I ignored him, he threw a fucking little hissy fit and left in a big huff puff fury and caused a scene. And so these people, when I went out there to take some trash out, the Luna family just drove up and got out of their cars and gave me a dirty look. Right when I was going outside, they were getting out of their cars and they just all stopped and looked at me. Meanwhile, the man a couple houses down directly to my right and he's like I remember I met him I think he owns a landscaping company or used to be something involved with landscaping because he mowed my grass once. He offered to do that, and I remember I paid him like $20, but I didn't do it immediately. I had to wait because I didn't have the money immediately. But then he started saying something about Marilyn Monroe or some shit like that, some Hispanic man. And I don't remember what he was talking about exactly, but he had to bring up Marilyn Monroe. I'm like, okay, whatever. But yesterday, he just was walking, as soon as that all happened, he was walking in going through his gate in his house, and he just stopped and stared at me for a good 3 minutes and just gave me this look. And I could see him from over, from a few houses down, just staring at me with this look like, okay, because obviously this Val Lewis caused a scene. He is a drama queen, okay? What he does is he comes in, he's such a drama queen, and he releases all of that energy, that drama queen fucking faggot, gay, bisexual, whatever. No offense, because I'm not homophobic, but damn it, it's like when somebody's obviously a closeted gay or bisexual, and they take it out on me. He's got a lot of fucking issues and skeletons in the closet with his in denial about some certain things, and so he fucking takes it out on me and blames me. It feels like, and it's like I'm like a walking walking apology and making excuses for his behavior when he's projecting. I don't understand why I'm a magnet for these kinds of people. This is not the first time something like this has happened to me. It's been going on throughout my life where I tend to attract men that are either closeted gay or bisexual or in denial about it. They've got daddy issues or incestuous like relationships with their mothers usually, or at least emotionally incestuous relationships. They've got a fucked up failed marriage. Maybe they have kids out of wedlock or adultery or whatever. They usually have a drinking problem, maybe a cocaine addiction or what else, marijuana, I don't know, some kind of a drug addiction usually, and usually they're sex addicts. 9 out of 10 times these men are major sex addicts and perverted, and very, very rude, ill-mannered, very disrespectful as far as the way they violate your boundaries. They act like everything in my house is theirs. They go into my room without, or I'm talking about they, no, there's not been he'll go into my room without asking, just sits on my bed, go walks around, like, what the fuck? This is not a goddamn brothel or a fucking business. I'm a human being, this is my house, and I don't appreciate that kind of disrespect. I don't go to somebody's house for the first time and start walking all over and opening the doors and opening the cabinets and looking under the bed and, what the fuck? What kind of a person does that? Seriously, think about it. But that's what, it's like it's being invaded is how I feel. I don't have anything to hide, but it's my privacy. I feel I'm being violated, but with, like, they want to know every little fucking thing I'm doing. Why? I talk about it on YouTube, so it's not like I'm hiding anything. But anyway, it's just weird. It's like an obsession with destroying somebody's credibility in anything and everything that they try to do in their own life. I don't need anybody's goddamn validation or permission to fucking breathe and walk out the fucking door or get in my car and drive to the goddamn store. What the fuck, So then today, he and I already know that he's lying. This whole thing with his girlfriend on Facebook, whatever his girlfriend who he's lying about. He said that whatever. That's a lie. Okay, yeah, lie. He's trying to cover. He knows that he's lying. He knows that I don't believe him, but he still continues with the lie as if I'm supposed to just like, oh yeah, sure. No, I know that whole thing with that woman is that the fact that this whole Facebook shit, fuck I really fucking hate Facebook. Facebook just is a real nuisance, and I don't know why the fuck I'm on there, quite frankly. I need to get off that goddamn thing. Pardon my language, but I hate stupid fucking social media. I really fucking hate it. It's such a waste of fucking time. I spend all of maybe 5 minutes a day on that stupid thing, if that even, because it's just so annoying. All these fucking posts about shit that people put on my profiles. Like, I don't know who the fuck these people are, how they're able to post all this shit on my whatever. And I have tried ad nauseum to change the settings, and it's like these people have like hacked into my account as well. I don't know who these people are. I have no idea who most of them are. Maybe about 5 people on there are people who I actually have known throughout my life, and they're just passive. They're like, I don't even really talk to them hardly. So, it's just weird. Facebook is it's just a fucking tool used by the CIA, the military, DARPA created Facebook to spy on people. That's all it is to fucking gather information and spy on individuals and then put them in some goddamn category so that the government can gang stalk them or blacklist them or get them fired from their fucking job or whatever. That's what it is. That's all it is. So I never fucking I'm gonna put a bunch of pictures of my boyfriend, my new boyfriend, and whatever on like, what the fuck? That's one thing I don't ever fucking do is share my photos like with I don't even have a significant other, but nonetheless, I don't go around taking fucking selfies of me and a boyfriend and putting on fucking Facebook or Instagram, because you know what? Most of those relationships are gonna fail anyway. And then you're stuck with all this shit on your Facebook. And if it does get hacked by somebody, well, guess what? Now you've got a Facebook profile with a bunch of photos of you and your supposed ex or whatever all over your fucking Facebook. Oh, here we are at the, let's broadcast it to the whole fucking world that I don't give a fuck who the fuck you're with. I don't fucking care. But what I do know is that they use, like when you're a targeted individual and you're going through a smear campaign like me because either you rejected somebody or broke up with them or refused to be their fucking slave, sex slave or whatever, doormat, then they use Facebook as an ammunition to try to get you jealous or to get you to react, right? By putting the pictures of their girlfriend and, oh, we're engaged and look at how happy we are and, all that shit. It's done as a way, this is what dumb fucking low-life type people do to try to get even with their ex or to try to get their ex or whatever to react out of jealousy. That's why they do that. It's called narcissistic. This is what narcissistic people do whenever you reject them. They have to go out and hurry up and find somebody, whether it's an old, a recycled supply or somebody new. They basically are using that person to try to get you to react. A lot of the times, 9 out of 10 times, that's what narcissistic people do because they don't have. It's like, really? Oh, so you're going to put all these pictures of you on your vacations and at the restaurants and dancing. Good. Okay, but honestly, like they're only doing it to try to get people to react, to get you jealous. And then, and then when you ask them what's up with this, and they lie about it, it's just a waste of fucking time. And that's all this guy's doing is trying to waste my goddamn time. And I already know that. And I keep on, he shows up like acting like he owns me. And then he shows up this morning, pulls up in the drive. I'm just like, I'm exercising. And I have to get up. I know he's knocking on the door. So I get up. I stop the fuck. In this fucking take, he doesn't seem to fucking understand that what I do takes a lot of concentration and energy. But he has no respect for that whatsoever. So I stop the fucking machine, put it on pause. I go open the door or let him in for a few minutes. And then he's just like, I'm like, he keeps getting thinner and thinner and thinner to the point that it's like, dude, are you sick? Are you dying or are you on some kind of fucking meth or cocaine? Because every time I see him, he looks like he's about 10 pounds lighter every day. Or from one day to the next, he looks like he's keep getting thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner to the point that he's just like disappearing. And I'm like, okay, good. I understand that it's okay to be of a healthy weight for a man who's, I get it. We all fluctuate, but my God, it's like he's losing weight so rapidly that he's not, it's like what are you doing to your body? Because it's like clearly that when I first met him, he was, he was bigger, but he's 6'1" or something, at least about 6'1". He's not 6'2", maybe with shoes on. He's not 6'2". He's about 6'1", and he, was athletic at some point. He's still he's got an athletic build. But he's like, that's all he cares about is like bragging about this and bragging. He's so arrogant and conceited that it's almost funny, that I almost find it amusing. I can't help but find it fascinating how arrogant the hubris of some of these people, they're fucking arrogant. It's an ego is so inflated that it's like I can't believe that this is actually like, am I really seeing this? Is this, because you're shocked at how arrogant and conceited people really are. It's like I'm just not. It's hard for me to comprehend how people can be that way without that arrogant to the point where they act like they own and control another person. It's just odd. It's very strange because with narcissistic individuals, they don't care about another person's feelings. All they care about is control and reaction of the other person and other people. It's always about image, status, because they're very status hungry. They're always wanting to climb the ladder, right? They have to elevate. And in order to elevate, they have to make sure that you get dropped down. Okay. They're always this is what they do. They can't stand for anybody, especially a significant other or maybe a family member or somebody, a coworker or a friend. If somebody's above them or doing better than them in a job or they have to make sure that they knock that person down in every means possible so that they can once again stand above you, or because they have to be, when they don't get their way as far as getting enough attention, enough whatever, they act out like children. This is where the Arrested Development side of them comes out. They start behaving like a child who got their toy taken away from them or something, or this is literally what they do. And a lot of it stems from their childhood. It stems from some kind of childhood trauma or neglect or abuse, or an inner wound from their childhood that may be based on childhood trauma, based on maybe this is common with kids who were adopted, kids who were born, from adultery, or children or who were born out of, adultery, wedlock, or this curse of the bastard thing where they don't know who their father is, and it's sad, but it's true, because a lot of the times people try to act like that's not a big deal, that they can deal with it, that it's nothing, that it doesn't affect them. It does affect them. They're not going to admit it, but of course it affects it. How could it not affect you when you don't know? Because look, I admit that the fact that I don't know who my biological father is, my real biological father is, and even my mother. I don't know if my mother is Kenny Baldwin. I really don't know. I don't know who my biological parents are, for sure. So yeah, it affects me. It does affect me emotionally, and it is a childhood wound that I've had to try to work on. But I know the root of my problems is that insecurity and fear of abandonment and fear of rejection and fear of the unknown that's my problem that I have to work on every single day, because I know what my fears are. I was in denial about it myself until I realized that I can't keep living in denial about what I'm afraid of. I have to really, and I didn't want to know, for the longest time I was like, I don't want to know the truth about who I really am. I don't want to know what's going on. And then I was like, I need to know what's going on. I have to know what's going on for my own sanity and peace of mind, because if I don't find out the truth, then it's just going to continue to haunt me. All these unanswered questions. People act like, oh, it's no big deal, just live your life. And no, it is a big deal when a person has been lied to about their entire childhood, about who they really are, about their family, about who their real family is. This is a big deal. It is a huge deal. Think about it. How could it not be when this whole world revolves so much around family and having kids and getting married, and when you're somebody who's been lied to and doesn't know the truth about these fundamental things, how could it not affect you to a certain extent? How could it not? Because everybody wants to know, if you get a new job, they want to, how do people make friends with you? They start asking you questions, they want to know about you, to gather information about you. But whenever they find something odd about you that doesn't quite resonate properly, or that, then that's when they put you in a category. Oh, she's a weirdo, she's a loner, that's when they put you in the scapegoat category. And then you become all of a sudden the fucking therapist for the whole fucking toxic community without your consent. But because there's so many fucked up people out there who are in denial, and what do instead? They just drink and smoke and party and fornicate to try to mask the pain. When in fact, what they probably should do is journal about it, do some shadow work, and talk to somebody. But most people don't want to talk about these things because of the shame, because of the trauma, because of the guilt that they feel, because their parents usually project their own anger and shame onto the child. So the child is the one who has to fucking grow up with that monkey on his or her back because of what your parents did. It's like a generational curse thing that your parents did. That it's not the kid's fault. It's not. It's your parents who did it, not you. You didn't ask to be fucking brought into this fucking world, did you? No, your parents did that to you. They're the ones who fucked up. And then they blame you for your entire fucking life, and you have to carry their fucking burden. You know, whatever debts that they had, even though they're dead, whatever, you're the one who has to fucking face the fucking consequences and get abused by total fucking strangers everywhere you go. Like what happens to me. Because I don't know who the fuck my biological father really is, but whoever he is, maybe he had some problems with something, and I get blamed for it when I have nothing to fucking do with it. Nothing. Not a fucking thing. But this is how society is. So that's why I don't have any kids. That's why I don't want to have any kids. I wouldn't want to do that to a child or anybody, make them carry my fucking burden throughout their fucking... Why would I want to do that to somebody? I wouldn't do that because I think it's wrong to do that. And I think a lot of these irresponsible, negligent parents out there who go around fornicating, getting pregnant. Oh, it's no big deal. I'm gonna have another kid, and you know the kid. Why do they do that when they can't even take care of themselves? And they've got all these goddamn alcohol addictions or problems or drug addictions. Yet they have all these kids, and the kid grows up fucked up. Usually, not all the time. Sometimes these kids are doing just fine, but it's a lot of work. It's hard to escape that kind of situation of toxicity that you were born into. It's not easy. It's not. And trust me, I've had to fucking go through it, so I know what I'm talking about. I know, because I'm a survivor of it. And I'm just saying that there's a lot of people that shouldn't even be talking. They have no fucking room to be gossiping about people that they don't even know. Just hearsay. Oh, she's a whore. She's this. She's a that. Really? And what? Let me get a shovel and start digging into your fucking past and see what I can find about you, Mr. I'm so perfect. And no, these people are always hiding something themselves. Usually. They're not perfect. Nobody is. But how dare a bunch of fucking strangers do this to me every goddamn day just for fucking walking out the fucking door? Jesus Christ, they make you feel so goddamn uncomfortable in your own fucking city. And I've been here 10 years, long enough to know how people are, how most people are. They're horribly rude to me, most of them. And not necessarily there's a lot of nice people with customer service and whatnot, but as far as like the neighbor, they're just fucking rude. Just rude. Like they have this arrogant attitude, like, what are you doing in a neighborhood like this? Or this is how they behave. So I don't even want to fucking talk to these people. I don't owe them anything. If that's the way they treat me, then I don't want to have anything to fucking do with them. Why would I? So he shows up today, whatever, and he starts talking about, so I said he's getting back to what I was talking about because I changed it. So he's getting so thin. He's getting thinner and thinner and thinner. And it's like, I said, are you eating, Lewis? Are you taking care of yourself? Because you're losing a whole lot of weight. And it's like, I don't know. It's not really it is my business because he keeps on coming over here acting like he tells me that I'm his girlfriend. That he wants to be with me and only me. Really? But what about your girlfriend on Facebook and the fiance? I'm a little bit confused here. Can we set the record straight so that I don't get led on and fucked with anymore by you and your games? Because it's really annoying. It's very strange. These what these people do. I'm not into polygamy. I'm not into triangulation. I'm not into being with multiple people at one time. That's too much energy and time. I can't deal with that. It's too exhausting. And I know that when I have the ability to commit to one person, but I keep on getting involved with these, or the people it seems that I've been with in the past are just people who lie to me and take advantage. They're toxic. I understand that most people don't want a commitment. I don't either. I just want to be left alone. Quite frankly, I just want to be single. I don't want to be with anybody ever again. I don't think I want to be involved because it's too goddamn emotionally draining for me. I'm way too sensitive, and I unfortunately have the ability to empathize and feel with my emotions, and I feel pain, and I don't like hurting other people, and I don't like getting hurt. And so I keep on allowing people, or they keep on fucking with my emotions and getting me jealous. It's like, I just feel like my path is to be alone and just die old, happy, old, ugly witch lady, whatever you want to call it, but somebody who doesn't have to fucking deal with any relationships or any stupid triangulation or drama. I don't want it anymore. I've been through it all enough to know that I don't want it. And I'm not here to fix these problems of some of these people when they get involved with these toxic women some of these women that they get involved with seem to be doing a lot of fucking black magic shit, voodoo crap, whatever, and they get me in the middle of it. Because I don't know who these people are, but they seem to hate me. This man has got a bunch of ex-girlfriends that all seem to come after me. Yeah, his exes seem to have a big personal vendetta against me, and I don't even know any of them, but that's how I feel. I could be wrong, but that's what it feels like. I believe that I have something that has, I can assure you that there's some of his girlfriends that he probably really fucking pissed off, or something happened, and they're angry at him, or I don't know, but I've gotten in the middle of it somehow. Somehow I've been they're like me, the media, the one who's, I don't know. I don't have a problem with any of my exes that I know of, as far as like any of my serious men from the relationships from the past. I don't think any of them would want to come back and destroy me, not to my knowledge. I could be wrong, but you know what? Move on. Things end. Now get the fuck over it and move on is what I think. Why hang on to something that's not there if you can't be honest with somebody, and you can't, there's nothing, if you can't, for me, if you can't be direct and honest about who you are, about what your intentions are, then why bother? Why waste time with people? There's sexual, all kinds of STDs out there, and people sleeping around, sleeping with doing all this fornicating, drug use, bisexuality and shit. With all that comes a lot of baggage, a lot of bad karma and baggage that I don't want to be involved with. I'm a heterosexual woman. I like men, and I don't sleep around with multiple men at once. I know that because I respect myself. But if that's what these men are doing, then don't come near me. Stay away from me and just keep on with your lifestyle of polygamy and fornicating and drug usage or toxicity, perverted, whatever it is y'all do. I don't want to be in the middle of it, and I don't want to fucking try to fix people, men that are so fucked up because of all the crap that they get involved with. I know how some of these people, what some of them do or what they've done. I know because they lie. But some of them are involved with some really disgusting shit because they party. They go to clubs all the time. They drink. They do fucking cocaine, and they go to strip clubs, and they're addicted to porno, and they're also addicted to prostitutes. A lot of these men, and they go home. They wear a fucking fancy suit at the job. They're getting numbers from women, right? Collecting phone numbers, and then getting, playing a game, and then doing God knows what at these bars and clubs that they go to that involved human trafficking, I'm sure, and sex trafficking and whatnot. It's pretty obvious that a lot of these clubs in San Antonio are heavily involved with drug smuggling and human sex trafficking. And I don't even go to them. I've never been to any of them, as a matter of fact. So I don't know. I can count. I've been to one bar Since I've lived in San Antonio, I've been to, no, maybe two, a couple of them, but not on a regular basis. I've only been, and I just don't, it's not my scene. If it is for some people, good, but I quite frankly don't want to be involved with all that fucking drama, because there's always all this drama involved with that kind of stuff. Usually. So I just stay to myself, and then that becomes a problem because I don't socialize. It becomes a problem for people. Well, and then, let them think what they want to think. I don't care. I don't. I just talk about it and document it because I find that it's very odd how the behavior of these narcissistic people is very strange, and it's like almost like a full-time job to try to analyze why. I just want to know why. I just try to figure out why do they do that. From things based on their childhood or unresolved past issues, I can see that is part of it. But other than that, why do they target me? What is it that they want from me? I don't even have anything to offer these people anymore. I have nothing left to give. I have none of my energy left to... I can't do it. I can't do it. And it's like if somebody just can't be honest with me, then there's a fucking door and get out and stay out, is my attitude, because I can't deal with it. So yeah, I'm just like, it's just overwhelming sometimes, and I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing anymore. I'm just trying to live one day at a time, and that's it.